Hey guys, it's Mackenzie, also known as Kenzie Kenz, and in today's video, it's all about how I achieved this beautiful Flexi Rod set on stretched hair. So if you're interested, keep watching. Alright guys, to achieve an elongated look and to cut down on my dry time, I went ahead and blow dried my hair. Details on what I used at the end of the video, and I also gave myself a side part. I find it's a good idea to part your hair how you want to style it before applying your rods. Starting off in that back section, I'm going in with the Curls Blueberry and Coconut Hair Milk, and I'm applying this to about a 1-inch section. Following up with the Curls Blueberry Bliss Curl Control Jelly for hold and definition. I'm being pretty light-handed with both products, adding just enough to add moisture without reverting my hair and undoing all my work. Then I'm just going to brush through so everything is smooth. Now to apply my first rod, I place it underneath the section of hair and wrap my wrist going upwards and around the rod. A lot of people choose to wrap their flexi rods from the bottom up towards the roots, but I find I have too much trouble with that method, and so this is what works for me. As you can see in this next clip, sometimes it just doesn't work out and you just gotta remain patient, don't get too frustrated, and start over. It's completely fine. Flexi rod sets definitely came with a learning curve for me, but if you stay patient, you can figure it out, I promise you. Now just repeating that process of working in my cream and then applying my gel. You want to make sure this is really pressed into the hair, brushing it through so everything is nice and smooth, applying my rod at the base underneath the section and rolling my wrist up and around the rod. Let's go over it one more time in close-up. I'm taking my flexi rod and placing it underneath my hair at the base near my roots. Then using my pointer finger to hold that in place while my other hand wraps the hair up and around the end of the flexi rod. Once I get to the end, it's really important to add some more product and really smooth that end in place. That last step is super important just to make sure your ends don't frizz up or pop off the flexi rod, and that just leaves you with a really sleek, defined curl at the end of your hair. Alright, now you see me switching to the orange rods, which are slightly thinner than the purple, and this is just to give me a tighter curl and more definition on the parts of my hair that are most visible. So, bigger rods at the back and the bottom for more fullness, and smaller rods at the sides and the crown for more definition and a tighter curl closer to my face. Hallelujah, we are done. I actually ended up air drying for about 5 hours and sat under my hooded dryer for about an hour, and I also slept overnight. Now normally this wouldn't really be necessary since we already started on dry hair. However, I started later in the day than I planned to, and I needed to really make sure everything was dry before I took everything down. So, moral of the story, don't be like me. Start your flexi rod set early in the day so that you don't have to sleep in these, because trust me, it is not comfortable at all. Alrighty, so here are my raw results after just taking out my rods and no separation. All in all, I think I used somewhere between 25 and 30 rods. Don't quote me, I'm not sure the exact number. But let's get into this shine though and this perfect definition. At this point, I was really hyped to see my final results. So now just going in with the light weightless shine mist from the Doux, I sprayed my hands and rubbed that over each curl before separating. For these curls in the back, I just gave a gentle tug just to see where the hair naturally wanted to come apart, and I separated each curl a few times, just trying to be very careful not to disturb the pattern that I achieved. Here is when I switched it up a little bit. As I traveled closer to the top and the front of my head, I began separating in slightly smaller sections and twirling the ends around my fingers just to get maximum curl poppage because, like I said, these are the most visible parts of my hair. This is the area where I really need those curls to pop. So yeah, just take your time with separating, please, because you can really make or break your style. Make sure to add that oil to add that shine and minimize frizz, and just take your time and have fun. Okay guys, so these are my finished results. I'm very happy, if you can't tell. Yeah, I think this might be my best Flexi Rod to date. I mean, I've only done like 3 of them before, so that's not saying much. But still, I'm really happy with how this came out. My hair is soft. My hair is shiny. Okay, it is very shiny. I'm not sure if the camera is picking that up. Got an A1 hair day with absolutely nowhere to go. So, a quick quarantine flex, you know, around the house slay, you know. It's necessary. So this is obviously day 1 hair. I haven't even picked or anything. I tried to be really careful with my separation and my fluffing because I wanted volume, but I didn't want to like do too much and mess up my style, right? So I think we're looking pretty cute for day 1, and hopefully, you know, it'll just get bigger and bigger as the days progress. Now I just want to talk a little bit about the products I use to kind of wash and prep my hair. You guys know I started on blow-dried hair the night before I actually washed my hair and deep conditioned as normal. Then I went in with this leave-in treatment from Shea Moisture. This is the 100% virgin coconut oil leave-in treatment. I used this, and then I used some of this African shea butter from tgin. So I applied these to my freshly washed hair, threw them in some twists, and tied it back for the night, let that dry overnight. And then to blow dry the next day, I used this product called the Light Weightless Shine Mist from the Doux. It says it works as a thermal protectant, which is mostly why I used it, and then also a shine enhancer. And it really did add a lot of shine. You guys saw in my raw takedown results, like, it wasn't playing any games. I also feel like it made my hair super soft, both after my blowout and, you know, now my hair just feels really soft to the touch. So yeah, that's what I used to prep. And then of course, you guys saw I used the Curls products to style. So I usually use the Blueberry Bliss line from Curls for a wash and go, and that always works out pretty well for me. So I'm glad to know that it also worked in this style. And I'm also glad that I went with the cream and gel combination instead of a foam. Last week actually I did another Flexi Rod set and I used a foam, and my results were pretty good, but I just kind of felt like I wanted a little bit more hold, and I wanted a little bit more, I don't know, I just felt like there was something missing with the foam from my hair. So this time around I was like, do I use the foam? Do I use a gel? I don't know. So yeah, if you haven't been the biggest fan of foams in the past, then I recommend trying out a cream and gel combination because that worked really well for me. As for how I'm going to maintain this style, I just plan in kind of putting it up in a loose pineapple, covering it with my satin scarf and sleeping on my satin pillowcase as usual, and just fluffing and shaking out in the morning. I'll probably end up including a few clips about like how I sleep at night and all that good stuff on my Instagram, so head on over there at Kenzie_Kens1 if you want to keep up with me and just see how the magic progresses. But yeah, I think that's about it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, thank you for joining me, and I hope you consider clicking that subscribe button down there. Click that like, share with a friend. You already know the deal. Click that bell notification to be notified every time I upload, and until the next one, bye guys.